Hello, ski everybody, D-Man Crow here, and that shit show you just witnessed was every single death I experienced in just the beginning part of Wily Stage 1. Welcome to, and I kid you not, my least favorite stage in this entire game. You guys thought Astro Man's stage was bad? That is nothing compared to this. At least with Astro Man's stage, I don't hate it. It's just incredibly boring. However, this was genuinely frustrating. I was playing this while I was talking in a party with my friends. Of course, you probably can't hear that because, well, I didn't record the game audio because this Let's Play is post-commentary. However, yeah, I spent just about, I don't even know how long. Like, each of those deaths was about, I wish I can make an accurate representation of how long it took me to beat this level. But seeing as how I've got about 7 minutes without the rest of the editing in place so far, well, you can only imagine how long I spent just trying to get to this one section of the frickin' stage alone. Can you tell I hate this stage now? Oh well. But, nevertheless, we're here in the second part of Wily Stage 1, and you gotta use the Thunder Claw, the grappling ability, to get past this part. And I had no idea how the game wanted me to traverse this level. Thank God I bought the upgrade that takes away any of the knockback, because if I didn't, I would have died right there. And yeah, I know I'm playing a bit recklessly, but I'll be honest, I just really wanted to get through this stage. I didn't want to spend any longer than I had to, than necessary, I would say. But there is just complete bullshit. Anywho, folks, so we get to this next part of the stage, and we actually find an extra life here. And we come to, in my opinion, the worst boss in the game. So, notice how I've got Mega Ball equipped here. This is the one time in the game that I was referring to that you would actually need to use Mega Ball as a weapon, as it is the only thing that will hurt this boss. And don't think that you can just use Astro Crush, you know, that screen-wiping weapon. It doesn't work. And, oh boy, look at how well this frickin' run's going. So, the way it works is you kick the Mega Ball up and it's got to hit that penguin armor-looking thing up top with the eyeballs. And that's how you hit it. And I guess the one good thing that comes from this boss fight is you never run out of ammo for the Mega Ball, because you're always constantly getting more. And this is one of the few occasions in this game that I actually used a reliable rush item. But his energy that he drops gets stuck in the frickin' wall. So, yeah, kind of bullshit trying to reach for the energy here. But nevertheless, you can kind of alter your Mega Ball and the way its trajectory works, because if you just kick the Mega Ball as usual, it'll launch at way more of a diagonal angle, but you can change it to shoot slightly more up if you hold up as you kick it. Now, of course, that doesn't make it easy to aim. In fact, I would argue that this is still one of the worst weapons to use practicality-wise, just because it's damn near impossible to aim this thing. Well, at least to where you need to go, because it's super difficult. Anyway, I called on Rush a second time because I needed him to heal me, and he gave me that dinky little small energy pellet. And lo and behold, boss drops down, and I actually managed to beat the boss on my first attempt fighting it. I hate Wily Stage 1. This is easily the worst stage in the game. And it doesn't really get that much harder. In fact, I wouldn't argue that there's a harder stage in this game to traverse and just get to the boss. I think this is pretty much the hardest stage to actually get through to reach the boss in the first place. Oh boy, okay, so, here we are. Next up, Wily Stage 2. And this stage is significantly easier than the previous one. Why? Well, simple. There's not as much bullshit thrown at you. And in fact, I actually, spoiler alert, didn't die a single time through this entire stage. Now this stage is a little lengthy, however, I didn't die once from it. In fact, I'd say it's probably one of the easier stages in the game, if anything. Isn't that kind of weird? You also know, again, what else is weird? The fact that I've beat this game twice. One was beat part of it and multiple playthroughs on one file. Then the second file was specifically for my, playthrough of this game. And, I don't know, I have an extra open one, so I might figure out something to do with that extra open one. Beat the game on 3 different files. Why not? I'm just that much of a Mega Man fan, ain't I? That, and I'd love to do a MegaMan8 fan dub again. I completely forgot that I actually once did a fan dub, even though it's pretty cringeworthy nowadays. At least the line for X. If you ever need anything, just ask. But my Zero impression's gotten a little bit better. Vile. Sigma. But, you know. This ain't about MegaMan8. This is about the original Blue Bomber. You guys will have to forgive me for being kind of goofy and weird. I've been watching a lot of a YouTube channel called Gemini Laser. You guys should check him out. I'll leave him in the end cards of this video. And you guys might notice that I actually haven't used end cards in any of these until I finished the Let's Play. If you guys have kept up with this Let's Play as the parts are coming out and not when it's already finished, because I decided, hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just release the entire thing, and then I'll go back, and then I'll edit the end screens with the Patreon link, the channel subscription thing, and any extra channels I may happen to feature along the way. But no, I did manage to do this whole playthrough by myself. No co-commentary this time around. However, I very much would have liked to do some co-commentary, but that's a little bit tough when doing one of these, because, see, you guys may not know this, or, well, you may, depending on if you've been subscribed, or can probably just hear by the voice quality audio or tell by the editing, but I'm using Share Factory to edit these, and the post-commentary is actually being recorded as its own track, and you actually can't hear other microphones when you're recording extra tracks. So it kinda ends up becoming a little difficult to record extra tracks whenever you're recording this game. But, I might try a different method of recording post-commentary, but I need to do a little bit of experimentation with that first. I'll leave details out for now, because I'll announce that in a separate little video whenever I announce where the plans for the next few videos are a little while from now. But anyway, this whole time I've been going on, and I didn't even realize that I blew through the damn stage! And fun fact, you can actually charge your buster, and you can hit the armor of this thing before it's even got its energy charged. Just wanted to list off that little extra. But this boss is pretty easy, because you can use Astro Crush and hit it a couple of times. But I'm dumb and I timed it poorly, so yeah. Not exactly the best timing, because I only have 4 shots of this weapon. I can't waste them. But you can see that Astro Crush hurts this enemy pretty badly. Well, when it properly works. But the enemy's not even hard overall, even without the proper use of Astro Crush. I was just being a dumbass with my use of the weapon, but I only have one use left, so might as well make my shots with it count, you know what I mean? And it actually had a chunk of health left. It was more time-consuming than anything, because it was a little tricky trying to hit the freaking thing. But with all the shit that I'm shooting out, like, it's pretty easy to cover my screen with projectiles that keep me and my buddies Beat and Eddie safe. Oh, yeah, also Rush got his arm cannon upgrade. And did I mention that this was a gimmick that was kind of underutilized? No, really, I feel like they could have had a blast with some of this, stage design, because, you know, with things like the Rush Bike, you could have done, like, a Sonic kind of race against another, you know, character. You could have done Rush Jet like it is in Tengu Man stage, as well as this stage. Like, I don't know, you could have just done Rush Jet like its old Mega Man 3 counterpart. I feel like the snowboarding segments aren't exactly awful, but I just don't feel like they were used in the right way they should have been. But anyway, pretty easy second Wily stage. And we just fly off the screen into the sunset. Well, not yet. But it's still pretty cool. And now we move on to Wily Stage 3.
Ready.
I sure am. Anyway, so, Wily Stage 3. Luckily, this stage is nowhere near as tricky to traverse as the first Wily stage. In fact, I'd say that unless you're counting the, you know, whole boss rush thing, the first Wily stage is probably the hardest in the game. Because, I mean, again, the only reason that the last stage is so hard is because you've got to fight all these bosses, and you don't have a lot of means of reliably healing yourself. This stage does have a bit of tricky enemy placement, but if you've got yourself the Ice Wave and you like using the power-up, well, then you should be good to go. Now, the one gimmick of this level that's kind of abused, in my opinion, is spikes. Spikes are kind of a big thing at the end of this game. I don't know why, but hey, look at it like this. I beat the last stage of MegaMan8, so I can beat the last stage of this Mega Man game. Although, I wouldn't argue that MegaMan8 is harder than Mega Man and Base. I mean, I don't know, because, I'll be honest, I've only ever played Mega Man and Base once, but this is the only real tricky part about this level. You have to use that platform, or you have to use the rock the gorilla throws at you as a platform, and there's really no other way to get up there besides using either Tornado Hold or Mega Ball. But what's this? We get... oh, wait for it. A text cutscene. This is where I shut up.
Come on, Treble!
Now, you guys might say that this is debatable. I know that there's bound to be somebody who disagrees, but I actually find this to be the funnest fight in the game. Mega Man versus Bass in his powered-up treble booster form. Why? Well, it's simple. Bass is my favorite character in the classic Mega Man series. And you want to know the funny way that this works out? Bass was built by Dr. Wily out of Bassnium. Now, you guys also know that my favorite character of any Mega Man series, like across every different franchise, this means Zero, ZX, X Battle Network, all of that, my favorite Mega Man character, period, is the Mega Man X version of Zero. And you want to know the funny thing about that? Zero was built by Dr. Wily out of Bassnium. So both of my favorite Mega Man characters are actually built from the same material by the same doctor. And I'm guessing that's why this fight reminds me so much of a Mega Man X fight. That's probably why I like this fight so much. It just reminds me of the X versus Zero fight in Mega Man X5. Although, I'm not super sure which comes first. So, Alex, if you're watching this, can you tell me which came first? Mega Man X5 X versus Zero, or Mega Man 8's Mega Man vs. Bass? Either way, both fights are really fun, and both have really good background musics to accompany both fights. But either way, I managed to destroy Bass with my awesome ownage of awesomeness. Awesome ownage of awesomeness? The fuck kind of commentary is that? Anyway, here's the end of the boss fight and more dialogue. You'd think that after an epic climactic battle with Bass, the stage would end from that point. I mean, hell, that would have been a great idea to just make the stage end after that fight, because that fight is kinda tough if you don't get the trick to beating Bass down. He's pretty easy to avoid anyway. I just got hit once or twice and lost all my energy because I was low. That's why I skipped to the second fight that I had with him. But nevertheless... So, the stage keeps going on after the Bass fight for whatever reason. Again, it would have been a great idea to make the stage end after that fight because, I mean, while that fight is kind of easy, it still would have been a great point to end the stage on. But I digress. So, at this point, I'm starting to regret not getting the Climb Ladders Faster upgrade. It's not like climbing ladders is hard, it's just a little bit of an inconvenience, and it kind of makes stages go on for a bit longer than I would like them for. Or like them to. Ugh. Jesus me. Focus on your commentary. Fix your commentary skills. Your commentary brain part is broken. But this is kind of a tricky bit of enemy placement here. And this is kind of why I should have saved my energy for Astro Crush. So, here we are. We come to the boss for Wily Stage 3. And it's a goop monster? Green Play-Doh? Oh. It's got an eyeball. It's growing limbs. Alright, enough of the naive first-timer shit. You guys have no doubt seen this boss fight. This is the Green Devil. And for a devil monster, well, this thing is laughably easy to defeat. Like, no joke, this is probably, in my opinion, one of the easiest bosses in the game, period. It only has a few attacks. So, it'll pop up from the floor where the goop is. It'll form itself with the eyeballs, well, with the eyeballs' power, and then you just blast it, and you get to its core, use the Thunderclaw to hurt it. Then after a couple hits, it deforms itself, sinks back into the floor, and it'll do one of two things. Or one of three things, sorry. It'll reform itself right away, the eyeball will come and possess the floor, and it'll spike itself up, or it can create a wave when it's low on energy. Kinda pathetic for a Wily stage boss, especially the second to last stage in the game, but nevertheless, here we go. Time to wrap this shit up. Similar to the Great Clement, I'm also going to speed this up and play a song, just so that way you guys don't get bored of seeing me fight all these bosses again, so enjoy!
I'm on the front line, and I'm ready to go. Hand to hand, my life's on the way. Won't waste the script that I wrote in my own blood. There's a threat to my hand to hand. I'll pull the trigger, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'll pull the trigger, show you what I'm talking about. A hero with no name. A hero with no name. I'm on the front line, and I'm ready to die. Can we survive through the changing times? Can we survive with the world against us? Show me a fight, 'cause I'm ready to die. I hope you're ready for my annihilation. Can we survive through the changing times? Can we survive with the world against us? Show me a fight, 'cause I'm ready to die. I hope you're ready for my annihilation. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die.
In case you're wondering what that amazing song was, that was Hero with No Name by Miss May I. But anyway, here's more dialogue, so I'll shut the fuck up now. Alright, here we go. The final battle with What Mega Man versus Dr. Wowie. But anyway, so here we are, the final battle with Dr. Wily. Now, this fight is a little bit tricky, but it's nothing compared to the Mega Man 7 final boss fights. So, that blade will either glide, or it'll start bouncing, and you either need to jump over it or slide under it. When you see that cannon charge under his mouth, that's when you need to shoot it, and you need to shut that shit down, no exceptions. And, naturally, you want to shoot the part of the eye where Wily's head is peeking out, and you want to do that in order to damage him. And then he'll, of course, shoot a ball of energy across the ground, and this ball splits into a couple of smaller balls, and they spread across the ground as well. All in all, not too difficult of a boss battle, and I was certainly a lot more used to it than I was when I first fought this thing. So, I'm also equipped with the arrow shot, so you know how it goes. I actually have this freaking weakness. But, naturally, Wily's not finished yet. There's another Wily capsule, but it's still not Wily Capsule 7. If it was Wily Capsule 7, I'd be ripping my hair out with how much I hate this thing. But no, I don't necessarily hate this part. Only thing I hate about it is that since it's the final battle with Wily, they didn't give him any weakness, and that's kind of one of the tricks about this game's difficulty is Mega Man doesn't have a reliable way of healing himself, and just certain parts like this, Wily doesn't have a weakness. But, I mean, hey, for a final boss, it's a little bit tricky, but it's nothing too difficult. Only thing I have trouble dodging is this attack right here where they home in on you. Other than that, not too much trouble. I wish I would have taken a little bit less hits, though. I wouldn't have had to heal myself this fight. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? Yeah, I'm totally guilty of using Rush like he's the freaking energy cans, because, my god, if I don't rely on Rush Heal for this... Ooh, look at that dodge there. If I don't rely on Rush Heal for this game, or the Rush Search, I mean, if you think about it, Rush is your most reliable tool for tricky boss fights like this. I mean, hell, the Rush Search can even give you a Yasichi, and that's really, really, really useful. But, you know, Rush decided to be pretty damn generous with the amount of health drops. Either way, though. So now I've got a huge health advantage over Wily, and he's always going to take a hit. And I might not always take a hit, but either way. He starts using his trickier attacks, and he starts closing me in smaller spaces so that way he can catch up our health. But it's to no avail. I only need to hit his ass one more time in order to beat this game, and BAM! I gonna do what I should have done years ago. Die, Wily. Oh, well, wait. Well, I guess that's not how it goes.
This is not good. He's been affected by the evil energy. He will die soon. If your mind is not completely taken by the evil, you'll be saved. Mega Man, I can see into your mind. You have been working so hard for justice. With your help, this planet will survive.
What happened, Mega Man?
He's going to be okay. He will regain consciousness soon. My job is done. I must go. I'll leave Mega Man up to you. But there's one more thing. I have a favor to ask.
Wake up! Wake up, Mega Man! Roll! Mega Man, you're okay! Am I alive?
Yes, you are. Duo saved you.
Duo.
Duo is gone.
Proto Man.
Mega Man, I have a message to give you from Duo.
From Duo, what is it?
He said, thank you.
Duo? Me too. Thank you, Duo.
god, jeez. Look, man, you can say all you want about the bad voice acting, but I am a sucker for the anime aesthetic of the cutscenes in this game. I absolutely love them. And the story for this game is actually not that bad, if I'm being honest. I mean, I think the story could have been definitely carried out better if the voice acting was actually good, but, I mean, overall, it's not a bad story, and the anime aesthetic for the cutscenes is something I absolutely adore. It triggers my weeb boner something fierce, man. I have no idea how to put it into words just one time to give it justice, so I'm just gonna be honest. I think the cutscenes look great, and I would have loved for there to be a Mega Man anime that carried on with this same exact style. You know, like the story that the comics had, but it was done by the same people who drew the cutscenes for this game. They're absolutely phenomenal in my opinion. And I'll be honest, with a few stages that come to mind that really aren't that fun to play, Astro Man, Wily Stage 1, Aquaman, this game's still fun. And it's personally my favorite Mega Man game of the classic series. Well, it's tied with Mega Man 3 for the 8-bit era, and of course Mega Man 7, I do love that one as well, but overall, I gotta say, it's a really, 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 really good Mega Man game if you look past the bad voice acting and just a couple of bad stages. The weapons are fun as hell to use against enemies if, you know, you use them all. I didn't personally use them all, but some of the color schemes look really cool. I love the aesthetic that this game went for, and just overall, I think that I can finally say that I've done this game justice. I finally did a Let's Play of this game like I've wanted to for a long, long time, and much like my Mega Man X8 playthrough, if you can look past the moments of rage I had while recording certain parts of the game, especially near the end, I actually had a lot of fun doing these. This Let's Play gave me my motivation towards making YouTube videos that take longer to get out back. I've spent the last few hours recording, you know, footage and editing it together and recording post-commentary, and I took a lot of time out of the day today in order to make sure I finished up this Let's Play the way I wanted to. But I'm still not done, because I have a third file and I'm going to do something with it. I don't know what, but I'm going to do something. I'll figure it out later on. But I've beat the game 2 different ways. I've beaten the game on live stream once just because it was a shits and giggles preview kind of thing. And then I beat the game the second time on camera for an entire playthrough of this game. And that third slot is gonna have to have the game beaten in some third kind of way. So, I don't know. Maybe a long play? Who knows? I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with it, but I'm definitely gonna beat this game just one more time, just because I can't stop playing this thing. I can't put this game down. I actually used to have dreams as a kid about how great it would be to see a show that was done in the same style as this. And I'm aware of the Mega Man OVA that was kind of an anime, but I mean, like, I want the people who did this game, man. But either way, folks, that is Mega Man 8. And overall, I'm really happy that I did a Let's Play of this. Because even though it took a little bit longer to finish than I would have liked to, it still took way less time for me to finish this game than it did for Mega Man X. There was a few months worth of a hiatus for Mega Man X8, and I just don't like the fact that I did that. But there wasn't a few months of a hiatus for this game, and, well, it's over. Mega Man 8 is done. For now, at least. So, with that being said, I can finally end this off with a proper outro. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit the notification bell so that way you don't miss a single upload when they go out. As always, I'll leave you with a video saying, Ciao, my Crow members. D-Man Crow out. Peace, and have a lovely, lovely day, all my fabulous cultured individuals. Also, again, don't forget to check out Gemini Laser, as he is the inspiration towards the wacky little commentary that I had at the end of this, and I just kind of wanted to try that style, and it was kind of funny. I made myself laugh listening to my recording. And also, don't forget to become a patron on Patreon, as I finally have one of those. So yes, guys, thank you for joining me for this, and I'll see you guys later.